now in this time, especially in the last few years in the monasteries, we can see how is the laity people are connected to the monasteries very much, you know, which it was not before. I remember in the old time, there is no place for the visitors in the monasteries, and there is no food for them too. I remember one time there was a group of visitors, they came to the monastery, and then the abbot of the monastery told me, open the kitchen, make a bottle of tea and give it to them with few glasses and close it back. Then this is what I did, you know. I gave them a bottle of tea with 2-3 cups of glass. I gave it to them, I closed it. And he said, we have no food for them, we have nothing for them, just we have to guess them with the tea and that's all. Which you cannot do it now, but it gives the impression that there is no room for the visitors in the monasteries.
But Abuna, this, I must say for me it's very strange, because when I came to the monasticism, I came with the idea that the monasticism is apart, is something separate, that monks and their life and their place of living, their monasteries, that all of this is a world, a separate world. Yeah. And that people have the world of the church, the ecclesia, like the word ecclesia in Greek, the old word means the
group of
the people, yeah,
believers,
the church, the group of the believers, right? Yeah. So the monks, I had the idea, like from the books and the films which I saw, that this is another world, another kind of Christian life. Okay, it's the same Orthodox, but it's a completely different way, a different path. Then I came to Egypt and I find that all the people are coming to the monasteries, and that there is like a river of people coming to the monasteries. Yeah. Sometimes I sit in the top of the mountain there and I see, like, I call it a river of people. River.
It's like a queue, like ants.
Like the tail, I was going from the top to... Yeah. So I was a bit shocked, you know, because I felt that there is some confusion here, because the organization of the early church and the development to what we have today, we have the patriarch, we have the bishops, we have the priests. These are the shepherds of the people. Yeah. All of these, their job is to look after the people of the church, the people of God. And we have the monks who are
supporting the church.
Well, they are part of the church, but part of the body of Christ, but they are not traditionally in the history, they are not part of this same daily life of the church. They are separate. Yeah. They have gone to the desert, which is a physical place separate from the towns, and they have stayed outside of the towns, and they've stayed there to be alone with God. Monakos means alone, yani one.
But if we go back, Abuna, to the early monasticism, we can read that there is visitors coming to the monasteries. And if we look to the Bustan Ruban, the Paradise of Monks, we have many stories that there are some very important people, they came to see saints or to see monks or to visit monasteries, you know, like kings or like daughter or son of king, they come to the monasteries to see the holy people, which means, but in that time, in the early time, the only people whom can afford this visit or afford the trip, they did it. But for the normal people or the poor people, they cannot do it because they cannot afford the trip. It was very difficult.
But Abuna, even this, these few visitors which are mentioned in the Paradise of the Holy Fathers, there is a double, it's a two-edged sword, you know, a sword which has two edges. It cuts both ways. Yeah. There's many fathers, old fathers, who said, do not come to see me, like Arsenius, the famous one.
Yeah.
He said to the bishop, to Theophilus, he said to him, if you hear that Arsenius is in place, don't go to that place.
Yeah.
You see? So even those clerical visitors, not laity, but clerical visitors, the old monks tried to discourage them, to say, look, I have my privacy, my solitude. If you come to see me, you are breaking this discipline, this cast of my mind, which is a solitary cast of mind. If you come into that, you are pulling me out of my world. Yeah.
This is other hand of the issue, which means how the monks they think about visitors in the early time and how the monks are thinking about visitors now. In the early time, the monks, we cannot say that they don't like visitors, but they don't like to the laity life interfere the monasticism.
Exactly.
Just to be far away from them, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, we are doing our work, you do your work. We are supporting you from the back, and you are doing at the laity people in the church your work. But
see, if you say that the prayers of the monks is their work, then the prayers of the monks for the people of God, for the church, this is a great work which they are a service which they are doing.
Yes.
So I understand why that today in the modern world there is a much greater need for the people to have places where they can go to share Christian life, to see how they can pray, how they can know God, how they can feel close to being consecrated or dedicated life, because their own life is so busy and so far from God. So they come to the monasteries, to the monks, to see someone who is, or to see people who are living in this special way. Okay, I accept that, but for me it's something which should be very, very limited, you know. Perhaps you have some monks who feel in their heart that God is blessing them to give a service. Yeah. Okay, those monks may well accept the visitors. But the situation we have now is that even when some monks decide, God has called me to live in solitude, He is telling me that He wants me to be to follow in the steps of those old fathers who were alone, and I accept this discipline from God, I will do it. Then he tries to do this, and he finds that the people are jumping on him.
Yeah.
So this, I think, is a confusion.